Howdy ho, babies. How are you guys doing tonight? Oh, and it's 11:11 my time. Oh, talk about it. So tonight, I wanted to come to you because this idea came to mind. I've really been mulling over the idea of the power of paradoxes. And this is an idea that I've come across from a channel called Bashar, which some of you may be familiar with, channeled by Daryl Anka. If you are not familiar with their work, please do go and check it out. Hey, Nicole! So, the power of paradoxes has been mulling over in my brain. And this is where the idea of the first rule of Fight Club came from. So the idea of the first rule of Fight Club, if you're not familiar with the movie, is the first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. However, Fight Club, in the movie, ends up going worldwide. So if the first rule about Fight Club is to not talk about Fight Club, how on earth did they get, A, so many people to join? And B, there's the aspect of so many people want to join because of the idea of the secrecy and the camaraderie, the secret camaraderie, of the idea of the first rule that you don't talk about Fight Club. It's a big old loop, isn't it? So, pondering on the power of paradoxes in life and how that applies, one of the biggest struggles and hurdles for so many of us in the spiritual community, and myself included, this comes up for me all the time, new level, new devil. It's about a different thing each time, but it always kind of comes back to the same root. And you go, aha, I see you, all right. But that root is, and it kind of connects to last night's Midnight Rant, so if you haven't checked that out, do go check that out. But it kind of connects to the idea of, why am I not there yet? We have this idea, if we're in the spiritual community, that being spiritual means, potentially a certain set of behaviors and actions, the way you look, the way you dress, the way you act, how you should be, what you should eat, all kinds of things that may or may not be in alignment with your personal actual journey spiritually. Because, I'll say it again, everything serves double duty, as Bashar says. So, maybe you can eat meat and ascend. Think about that one. Let that one stir. Power of paradox on that one. But the whole idea of, is why am I not there yet? And the crazy thing behind this idea is it's spending time worrying about that idea of why am I not there yet. It's the spending time of where am I not doing enough? How am I not enough? Where am I not enough? Why am I not there yet? It's that spending time and energy doing that that's keeping you from realizing that you already are there. There is nowhere else to be but here, which is there. I want to have a lot of you think about, for instance, the past couple of years and the spiritual journey, the inward journey, the personal journey, whatever you want to call it, that you've been on. What are some of the teachers that you may have worked with? What are some of the tools that you may have learned? Have you been applying them? If so, are they still working? Did they ever resonate to begin with? Have you found your own way? Your own way of ease? Think about that. Have you actually been able to apply these lessons that you've gathered and are now on the other side of it? Your life's getting better. Things are changing. Stuff's happening. Weird shit you can't see, right? Or maybe you can. From your perspective 2 years ago, think about it. You're there. You're applying the lessons. You're going the Akashics. You're doing tarot. You're doing astrology. You're doing the tools. You're using the stuff. You're using your meditations. You're using your mindfulness. You're using your body aware, like whatever. Yoga, all the stuff. So you're there. From a previous perspective that you have, you technically now are there. But since you're here looking at it, it's much like losing weight or anything else, right? Because you're in it, you can't see it. Your mind is always looking for the bigger and better thing, which isn't always necessarily bad. But the paradox is you end up shooting yourself in the foot and not allowing yourself that ease, not allowing yourself to have realized that you've integrated the tools and that you use them naturally, effortlessly. And that is there. So all the time and energy you spend thinking that there's some sort of all-encompassing change. Whoa, the ground just started vibrating on me. Cool beans. If you think that there's supposed to be some sort of earth-shaking change, as the ground just shook on me, or the deck just shook, is that it's all incremental. You watch a tree grow. It doesn't look like a lot over the year, but if you see that thing in time lapse, it looks pretty fast. You are there. So take a moment to realize the power of paradox here. The time that you spend worrying that you're not there is actually time that you're spending not being there, because you already are. So if you just allow and let it set in, do the thing that you now do naturally because you've integrated those tools, allow yourself to be there. The power of paradox. So the first rule of Fight Club, don't talk about Fight Club. The power of paradox. How did it get so big? Why do people love it so much? Because it was secret. That's the paradox. Why are you not there? Because you're letting your brain tell you that you're not. Ah, I know, right? So let that tidbit, little niglet, sniglet, settle in on you guys. You are there. We are here. You are you. Be you. You can't fail at being you if you be you. You can fail if you're not honest with yourself. Power paradox. But you can't fail at being you. And there is no greater lesson than figuring out who you are. And it's all laboratory, so go nuts. Enjoy it. Realize that you're there. Utilize the tools that you have. And when you outgrow them, find new ones. If you even need the tools at all. Because that's just how powerful you are. Good night, my dears. I'm going to get off of here. Enjoy that. Sit on that. Check out Bashar and Daryl Anka if you haven't already. If you don't know who they are. Wonderful source. Love them to death. Love you to death. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging with me.